cut to the west coast, and then it cut through Orlando up to Jacksonville. So while we are being told today that it looks more favorable of a northerly trend, we need to be prepared. And we have to then go by the saying, prepare for the worst and let's hope for the best. Currently, as of this moment, there is an 80% chance of a tropical force winds hitting South Florida. And as far as hurricane force winds, there's a 25% chance at this moment of coming here to South Florida. Hurricane Dorian last night went from 140 mile an hour sustained wind to 145 mile an hour sustained wind. Right now it is at 150 mile an hour sustained wind. It's only 5-6 miles away from being a Category 5. The storm could be the most intense storm in decades. So again, assume you will lose power. Assume the worst. Be prepared. Have as much food that does not require refrigeration, such as fruit, bread, canned foods, canned soup, and any other type of food that will not require your refrigeration. Also assume you're going to be in the dark. Get batteries, get flashlights. Recommending that. Shelters, we're still working on when we're going to open these shelters. We're determining that by watching the storm and the heading of the storm. The airport is open all day today. Our seaport, Port Everglades, is open, and best of all, fuel is being resupplied to gas stations. All libraries right now are closed over the weekend, and tomorrow our parks will also be closed. Lastly, regardless of what happens, preparation for this storm is not a waste. It's important for future storms. We are still in hurricane season, and with that, I'd like to ask Superintendent Robert Runcie to make a statement.
Thank you, Mayor Bogan. This morning I declared an official state of emergency for Broward County Public Schools effective at 6 a.m. this morning. The reason why we do that, because it allows us to potentially prepare our schools to serve as shelters for any of our residents who may be displaced by Hurricane Dorian. So we'll continue to work with the county and to determine if and when any shelters will be open. Again, activities for all of our schools are canceled for this weekend. The district remains closed through Monday. We will continue to update on the schedule that we have. Staff's been working pretty hard. I just want to thank all of our maintenance folks, district staff who continue to work behind the scenes to prepare for this storm that's out there. So again, everyone take precautions and be safe as possible. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce Juliet Roliak from Florida Power and Light.
Thank you, Mayor. FPL is ready to respond to this storm. We have lots of experience, so we want to share some of that with you. First, even though we may not have hurricane force winds, tropical force winds will cause outages. So let's not relax. Please be prepared for outages. However, we are also prepared for outages. Yesterday, we had 13,000 workers confirmed. I'm glad today to say we've increased that to 18,000 workers who will be pre-positioned all throughout our territory, ready to respond immediately as soon as it's safe after the storm passes to make sure that we get your power restored safely. Please, everyone, stay safe, keep the course, and we'll get through this together.
I'd like to now introduce Gino Santorio, the CEO of Broward Health.
Thank you, Mayor Brogan. Broward Health hospitals remain open. We will continue to remain open. We would like to thank our EMS partners as well as our physicians and staff for their unwavering dedication to remain prepared to provide the community with the care needed. I would strongly encourage everyone to please go to broward.org and get registered for the vulnerable population and the special needs population so that we can appropriately work with the authorities to ensure that we're prepared ahead of time with communication and intake. Thank you and stay safe.
Next, I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Colonel David Holmes from the Broward Sheriff's Office.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's very important for the residents to stay vigilant. Everything is status quo with the Broward County Sheriff's Office right now. Our Sheriff's Emergency Operations Center has been activated to level 2. The staff there is waiting and ready to deploy resources as needed. It's very, very important for the residents to know that please utilize the 911 system properly. It's there for us to assist you. Deputies in the field will be there. We will respond as long as the weather permits in a timely manner. We will respond, but we have to make sure that the deputies are safe and our fire rescue personnel are safe when responding. BSO has several media platforms with numerous updates. Please pay attention to those. Stay vigilant and stay safe. We're here for you. Thank you.
Lastly, we're asking again, we're hoping for the best, prepare for the worst, and get your preparations in order. We expect to get some type of winds, whether it be tropical winds or hurricane force winds, no later than Sunday late night or Monday morning. Thank you. Any other questions? No other questions?
About shelters, I understand that we may still be activating some based on certain members of the population who have needs during the possibility of tropical storm force winds, obviously on a smaller scale potentially.
We will know by 5 o'clock. We will have a press conference at 5 o'clock. We'll have more information on the storm, and we will be able to give more information on shelters. But the community can find the locations of shelters at broward.org/hurricane, or they can call 311 over the weekend. We will have people manned at the phones to answer questions. Any other questions? Yes.
Those who are just arrived and they are living from other parts of Latin America and never has been, in this kind of weather, what can you advise to them?
For people who have never been in this type of weather, to be in a safe and secure location, and do the preparations that we've been saying, as for everybody else. It's being prepared to be out of electricity, being prepared if you need gas, get water, get things from the stores that it's the same recommendations whether they've been here or have not been through this. Just to be in a safe and secure location. And if they want to go to one of our shelters, we'll have more information later today. They may feel more secure with that. Okay? Anything else? Thank you very much.